1, 2, 3, clap. Wow, that sounded really far off. But then again, I know it always lines up perfectly.
Sounds off.
So, hi. Welcome to another fun-filled, adventurous... Wow, I just fucked that one up. Hi, welcome to Action Toon Bros.
And you know I'm leaving it
I wanted to say something so whimsical and fantastical. And then I realized that we're doing Metalocalypse. Of
course.
So, you know. I am your host, Ben Sturgeon, and with me today is the founder of Matthew Lewis Podcast and pretty much creator of this entire show, Matt Lewis.
Oh, yeah, good, glad to be back.
Yeah, right. Wow. What episode are we on now?
Number wise for the show, we're definitely in the 60s at this point.
Wow, yeah.
Because I was talking on the other show. Let's see, this will be 60. Let's see, 63 and 64, 65, I think.
Okay, that's right. Metalocalypse is the odd numbers. Mm-hmm. Haha, yes, that means I get episode 69.
Nice.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Some people get that.
That's right.
We're very mature.
That's right. Because as you folks may know who have been tuning into this, we are once again talking about Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
Because I did Dark and Brooding, Castlevania. I did Dark and Brooding, but like actually trying to take itself seriously, Spawn. I just wanted to do Dark and Brooding. Yeah, we could call this the Ben Dark trilogy.
I was gonna say this is pretty freaking comedic and silly for being supposedly dark and brooding.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just, we did two serious ones, so I'm like, you know what?
I wanted the first comedy show we've covered on the show, I think.
I mean, I guess it might be. We'd have to look back at the episodes, but no, like I wanted to do this show on this TV show on this show, but I figured, you know what? I just got done with 2 dark and brooding ones, so let's go for 3.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, so these 5 episodes, once again, they're random, they're stupid, but my God, do I love every single one of them.
Yeah. Also, is this also one of the first episodically not interconnected shows we've done technically too, I think? Not ongoing story?
On this podcast, yes, I believe this is the first not episodic, episode of the week kind of thing. That still kind of ties into a story.
Yeah. Well, not really. Unfortunately, the most.
I mean, we'll get there when we get there, but it's right now it's just been very episodic, adventure, quote air quote, adventure of the week.
Yeah. Also, I guess the Star Wars special we did
Oh yeah. Visions, which we still have to do the second one
of these days. Yeah, maybe we'll do that in person. Who knows?
Hopefully. Well, either way, because I mean, we gotta talk about that one because that one is a good one because I watched that one too.
I'm still looking forward to it. I've keep myself pure and not watching it yet, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, right now we're here for dark comedic edginess,
dark brutal comedy, dark not for the sake of being serious and dark, just dark for satirical purposes. Gotta love Brendan Small,
plenty of
musician and funny guy. But now we're like 3/4. This is gonna be after we do these episodes, we'll be 3/4 of the way done with season 1.
Yeah.
And then after these 20 short episodes, we kind of get back into a normal routine, air quote.
Proportionally for this show, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But let's not keep our fans waiting as we start to talk about episode 11 of season 1 of Metalocalypse. Skwisklok. We start off with Skwisgar, just shredding it in a mountainside, just doing what Skwisgar does best. Plays guitars.
Yeah, super fast.
And
flying in the air. Begins to fly.
Yeah, he's flying in the air. There's dragons everywhere. He's shooting lasers. One of the dragons malfunctions because it's a music video.
Yeah, we cut to the set and everyone's kind of just like, "Hey, everybody! cut the dragon!" And he's just hanging there. But then suddenly the malfunctioning dragon prop starts killing everybody by accident because, of course.
Yeah, pretty much because if the explosions don't, it's either the tail or one of the wings or something. And Skwisgar's only concern is is that the rig that he's on that makes him like hover, just squish my balls.
Squish my balls.
Yep. And that is when we cut to the introduction.
Yeah.
And this is when you find that, like, you know, we're talking about like some guy. I forget who's the guy's name.
Sergio
on the TV.
Sergio.
Yeah,
Guitar shop.
that's right. Yeah. We see Sergio Peppenheiser.
Yeah.
Like literally standing on a guitar talking.
Yeah, guitar's so good you can stand on them, and the band's kind of just like watching a TV ad. And they're like, "Oh man, look at that! I wish we had guitars you could stand on."
Hey, Skwisklok, like, why? If you're so good, why aren't you like this guy? He could sell guitars. You should totally like do your own like teach guitar thing. And Skwisklok's like, okay, but it has to be the greatest thing of all time pay-per-view TV show.
Yeah.
In which case, you know, we cut to the music video, which, by the way, that amazing guitar solo thing that Skwisklok did at the beginning is an unreleased song known as "Crush My Battle Opponent's Balls."
Nice. I don't even heard that song.
Which really upsets me because it sounds so good.
Sounds funny.
Why was this not released, Brendan?
Just a guitar like line for him, yeah. But it sounds beautiful.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah.
But and then you hear like the TV guy talking about the Skwisklok Advanced Fast Hand Finger Wizard Masterclass.
Yeah.
Whew. And you know, it's like you know, he's like, you know, talking about all the different guitars he has for it. Like he has a Swiss Army guitar.
Yeah.
You know, it has like a knife, scissors, also has a toothpick. And then he's got like the ant farm guitar, which is literally just a guitar with an ant farm in it.
Yeah.
And you know, Murderface is like, I'd like to stand on that thing. And then you have like the Gibson Excalibur guitar.
Yeah, I've made it from a sword. It's like a big
It's just
sword.
literally a sword.
It's awesome.
And then you have my favorite one, the guitar made of the wood of Christ's cross.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one of my favorite jokes in this one is Murderface, get ready for 1 million emails, you know, a lot of offended religious nuts. And Skwisklok's remark, and it holds true, is, what's so offensive about the world's most holiest guitar?
Yeah.
And then, of course, he, as he's showing them all of this, Murderface and everyone's like, I want an endorsement.
Yeah.
I want an endorsement. And then we cut to the tribunal where the senator's just like, it seems that Dethschool is starting to branch out away from music and into endorsement deals.
Yeah.
And here to talk about it is the endorsement specialist, Ronald von Momnalberg. Oh, say that one. Who is voiced by a reoccurring voice actor who does only cameos, King Diamond himself.
King Diamond.
Oh, you don't know King Diamond?
Sounds
from the
familiar.
ever popular music group King Diamond, or now recently Merciful Fate?
Not the top of my head.
Oh yeah, he's a very famous metal musician. And this Ronald is like, yes, they're going to endorsement deals, and then he tells us what exactly they've been endorsing. Murderface has murder knobs. Yeah, which are just like really good doorknobs. And then Pickles has an endorsement with Pickles Nickels, which is the first endorsement with actual money. Toki has one with the Willard Wonky Candy Hand Company, Candy Corporation. Yeah, because that doesn't sound like Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's a very funny pun.
And because Toki is endorsed by this, childhood obesity has like increased tenfold. And last but certainly not least is Nathan Explosion, who has made his own like Tennessee country style barbecue sauce called Explosion sauce with cilantro, in which case
cilantro blend.
Yes, right, delicious smoky blend, which I must admit is fantastic. And so the tribunal's worried because of the Skwisklok Advanced Fast Hands Finger Wizard Masterclass, but the Cardinal Ravenswood is like, I need to confess, I'm looking forward to this. I've actually started playing guitar recently.
Kind of air guitars a little bit.
Right. And then we cut to Skwisklok, who is talking to a man. He's like, okay, listen, I'm going to say this in perfectly Claire's English. I once flies in on a dragon. He's pretty much, he's like, I want a dragon for the masterclass. And the guy is like, dude, there aren't any dragons.
There aren't any dragons. Since when?
Since when? Since forever. Get this guy out of here. Finds me a dragon. And then you see him like crying in the fucking dressing room, like, don't let the stress get to you.
Don't let the stress get to you. He's like,
and then we get fucking Charles walks in and is, hello, I am fine, just getting high. And so Charles, being the CFO of Dethschool and manager of Dethschool, is like, all right, here's your $10 billion insurance for your hands. Should anything happen to your hands, it's null and void.
Yeah, $1 billion free.
You have to sign this. You gotta sign this. How many papers are there? 10, one for each finger. Okay, that makes sense. And then, and also, as per the insurance policy, you have to wear these solid crystal oxygenating hand aquariums. So while he's not playing, or else the insurance policy is void.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I needed. You've been crying in here? Nah, I'm just getting totally high. Okay, goodbye. Yeah. And of course, as this is happening, the band's like, hey, you know what you just needs? You need some more zazz.
It's just
you need some. Just needs to be more zazz in this. And Skwisklok's like, Skwisklok's just like, really, guys, seriously. But then it cuts to like the dressing room where Toki, has. Every scene that Toki's been in, he's been carrying a big bowl of like this candy, and he's like freaking out because Skwisklok doesn't have enough outfits. But Nathan's like, dude, are you okay? You've been like eating a lot of candy right now. And Toki's like, no, I'm fine. Hold on a second. Pulls out entire tooth. Yeah. Oh, dude, you've been eating a lot of candy. I think it's your teeth are falling out because of it. Are you a dentist? No. Well, then shut up. Teeth grow back. No, they don't. Oh my god. I forget all of this that he says, but it's like, don't you remember, like, getting, losing a tooth and then putting it under your pillow so that the tooth god will, go and grant you, some ridiculous bullshit.
It gives you a pickles nickel.
Yeah, it gives you pickles nickels. And of course, Nathan's just had it. He's just like, get out of here. And even Pickles is like, dude, that was weird. Was that your first fight? Right?
It was, the whole thing is ancient Norse god Ortho, the tooth collector.
That's what it was. Which, by the way, I've actually looked this up, even with my extensive knowledge. I had to look this one up, and guess what? Yeah. He doesn't exist.
Of course not.
He does not exist. He's not an actual Norse god.
Like Vitar, that can pop up in Primal season.
Well, Vitar actually is a Norse god. But either way, it's just like okay, that's weird. But it's like minutes until the thing starts, and Skwisklok's freaking out because he can't get the hand aquariums off. So at first, Murderface is like, smash them together, smash them to bits, clank. Well, it sounded cool. It's like, why did Pickles is like, why didn't we get a butter endorsement? And of course Nathan's like, wait a minute, we'll use my explosion sauce. So they lubricate the hands, and so he actually pulls them off.
Yeah. And
Skwisklok's like, I need a guitar, I need a towel, and tastes the barbecue sauce. Oh god, is this made of cilantro? Yeah. I'm allergic to, and he doesn't even finish it because his mouth is all swollen. His hands are all swollen up. And of course, this is going to cause an issue. So when the whole event starts, you get all of Dethschool like, wow, look at us being here for this zazzy event. Got any room for more zazz? And then, of course, we get the commercials for each endorsement. Starting with Murderface. like a million children and women die every hemisecond. That's why I use murder knobs. And by the way, we're talking. This is the setup for his commercial. You see Murderface just like sitting, getting ready to have like a serious talk with you on the side of a cliff, looking out into like a canyon, and it's like very serious music as it zooms in on him. So he's like, and so as that setup goes, he just looks at the screen. He's like, doorknobs of the future. Then we get our second one, which is the exact same setup, only it's I'm Pickles the drummer. And America has a problem. Nobody is using nickels. Use nickels. Looks at the screen. Nickels is money too, guys. And then you have like the voice saying, paid for in nickels by the U.S. Department of Treasury. The U.S. Department of Treasury. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you get fucking Nathan Explosion just, I guess I really never liked my father. Explosion sauce changed that. Looks at the audience. Yeah, explosion sauce. Dumps it on his head. It's good on its own. And by the way, every single one of these are the exact same setup. And of course, except for Toki. Toki's laying down. He's laying down the ground. Hi, I'm Toki. I slips in and out of diabetic coma. They should make insulin flavored candy. Whatever. Candy tastes like chicken if chicken wasn't candy. and by the way, folks at home, him talking about having diabetes, that's kind of important for the future.
Oh yeah, it comes up again later.
it actually kind of does. But anyway, so now we start off the Skwisklok Advanced Fast Hand Finger Wizard Masterclass, and all of a sudden it's just a very like puffy-faced, puffy-handed Skwisklok trying to play the guitar, and it's like
it's really screechy and clanky and really terrible. And it's just like,
and then of course the newscaster, and by the way, this is as the credits are going now. But then you get a newscaster who's like, Skwisklok has truly reinvented the instrument, and all of the fans are mimicking him like this is the best thing ever.
Including Sergio, the guy from the commercial earlier, was also playing the guitar shittily like he was.
And that is when the episode ends.
Oh yeah, very, very funny.
Just wow, what a start to this.
Yeah, was that the first Skwisklok-centric episode, I think?
That I believe that was the first Skwisklok centered
very
one.
Funny.
But oh my god, like of all the things to start on, just
very funny episode.
Damn, dude, that was like just so clever, so great.
Yeah, and also the Zaz
is
thing.
It bullshit? Absolutely.
Of course, but yeah,
the Zaz.
The Zaz thing was one of my funny. I still like say that to this day, just like all the more Zaz.
Well, yeah. It needs some Zaz. Yeah. And that's totally gonna be used later on in the series, but yeah. So Matt, here's the question of the day for this one, because you've watched a bunch of these episodes already, and I've told you what has and what has not. So far, of all the songs that have like been playing in this series, which one that I've said has not been released have you we'll change it up a little bit. Have you ever listened to music or have watched and have heard of unreleased songs that a band has done?
Oh, like bonus tracks and stuff? Yeah, I've
some of them are bonus tracks because they do re-releases with extra unreleased songs and stuff. You've encountered some of those before.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the earliest ones I remember was the Eminem album before Marshall Mathers, I think it was, or maybe after. Maybe Showtime or something. There was a hidden track that I only found out years later when I was listening to the YouTube rip of it. That was a really funny song where it's the whole thing was a South Park reference, and he was doing a Cartman voice for the entire song. It's really still a very, very funny song. I forgot the name of it, but
that's hilarious.
It was an unreleased song that was just a really funny thing at the end of the thing that wasn't on the main track list. Yeah, but that's a whole not even a thing anymore these days with nobody using CDs in it at all. But yeah,
right? Yeah, funny. But. There are a lot of songs in this.
And stuff.
There are a lot of songs in this show that are not released that that don't even have music, mind you.
Yeah.
Or some of them don't have music. They just mention these songs, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, well, where the fuck is this, Brendan? Where's this song release?
I was gonna say also. Oh, do you have another question or follow up on that?
Oh no. My follow up was. Yeah, my follow-up was going to be like, when we get to a certain episode, I'll tell you what of all the songs that they mention and don't play music for, there is one song that I want to know what it sounds like, damn it, but we never got it. Yeah. But that's for a later episode in this session. So, but yeah, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, do you or anybody you know actually play the guitar?
Do I know someone who plays the guitar? Yeah. Not anymore. Okay. In high school, I knew a few people who did. But like the one person who was really good at it, like who not only played acoustic or grandpa's guitar, I should say, but also played like some actual rock music, was some kid when I was in high school. I was a freshman, he was a junior at the time, but his name was Corey Hoy. And we're talking like this was the long blonde hair, chilled out, yeah, like he was like the weed smoker, because you know he was always chill, nothing got to him. And even though he wasn't supposed to, during lunch, when he was like at lunch, we had like our cafeteria had like a little like stand, like in case like we needed to have like a meeting or something. But he would always get up there with his amp and he would actually start playing stuff for us.
That's cool.
And no one threw him out, because I mean, what are they gonna do? What are they going to do to him? Just like, no, don't do that. Or suspend him?
Yeah, that's very silly.
He didn't care.
Of course,
he just wanted to play.
If it wasn't being disruptive and people were enjoying it, there's no reason to. Yeah, that's funny.
But what about you, Matt? Do you know anyone? I did know anyone.
I was going to say, my dad, he plays bass guitar, and he would always play it when I was growing up and stuff. He has like a big-ass electric one that he plays all the time, and like a big-ass... He was always buying amps, and if you see like... The recording setup I have is like very amateurish from what he always had, and he used like tons of fucking all kinds of switchboards and stuff he always used. He like tried to teach me once back in the day, and also between that and like Rocksmith, the like advanced Guitar Hero like game that was actually supposed to teach you how to play guitar. I was using his like
I was
using his bass to like try to learn from that. It was actually pretty accurate and pretty like helpful, but I never followed up on it because it was like too difficult, and I'm too short attention span, too much to learn to play something like the guitar. But like I was trying for a while, and I was like using Rocksmith a lot to like learn. But he always had like a ton of expensive guitars, and like birthdays or holidays and stuff like that, Father's Day, I always like try to get him new stuff for it and junk like that. But yeah, I've always been interested because like somebody is such a weird, and also we already went over instruments we do know how to play before, which I did trombone and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
And like it's still, it's funny. It's like how many people actually like personally know that actually know good guitar. It's very like rare now these days.
Wow, no wonder Murderface is your favorite. You literally grew up with a bass guitarist.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, but seriously, like
Guitar Hero, I would always pick the bass because it was my favorite too. Also, it was easier than regular guitar.
No, that's fair. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, my roommate bought, Brittany, she bought, Rock Band, and she's about to get, like, she's got the mic right now, but she's gonna get, like, the rest of it. I kind of want to do the drums and maybe the bass, because
I think we might have growing up, it's probably like 20 years old and covered in, like, ints probably by this point, but we used to have all the equipment somewhere around here.
Right, but yeah, I've actually, growing up, I've wanted to actually play bass, because I have fat fingers, as they call it, so I'm not as dexterous to play, like, you know, like actual regular guitar or rhythm guitar. So I figured bass would be actually kind of cool to play.
Yeah.
And but you know what? We need to stop having this evaluation and get to the next episode, shouldn't we?
Maybe, yeah.
Episode 12 of Metalocalypse. Murdering outside the box. We cut to Lord House. Yep. And, Toki's just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this. And Skwisklok's like, well, I mean, we might as well just throws it all away because we're all going to die anyway. Nathan, like, literally empties out an entire bag of, like, expensive watches and just starts punching them, like, breaking them. And even like, Pickle is just like, wait, you don't like watches? And Nathan's just like, yeah, well, I just like buying them so I could just break them. And of course, Pickles tries it out. He's like, wow, this is actually kind of, fun, actually. And then, of course, Murderface is like, hey, guys, I want you all to direct your attention to my dick. And you see him with like with a cod piece,
a diamond,
and everyone's like, "Oh,
cod piece."
Yep, a diamond encrusted
Horn.
a diamond encrusted titanium based codpiece shaped like a rhino horn. No big deal. And then Toki's like, dude, that's awesome. I have a real good codpiece too. Pulls out a literal vibrating strap-on dildo. and it's like, Toki, that's a dildo. That's a strap-on dildo. Oh, you're just jealous because mine's cool. Yeah, sure, whatever. And then, of course, like, even Pickles is like, dude, you know what I tried to do? I didn't really buy anything. I was too drunk. Like, I was trying to buy that, cinnamon bun franchise, but I didn't. I was too drunk. And Charles walks in and says, there you guys are. Well, first off, I need to tell you about the employee evaluation conference, conference and raffle.
Yeah.
Also,
they're like,
and also, something really important has happened because someone's been embezzling you. Wait, embezzling? Who should care about that?
That's metal, yeah.
That's metal. That's awesome.
Like
it's a really fancy way to saying to take. It's like, yes, I'm going to use it in a sentence. I am embezzling the air from the earth. See? It's so cool. And Charles is like, and they're like, yeah, who are they embezzling from? And Charles is like, well, you should take this seriously because they're embezzling from you.
No,
someone is stealing your guys' money. We cut to the intro screen.
Yep.
In which case we cut to the tribunal, talking about how the world they have Dethschool is officially at this point the 12th largest economy in the world. They just passed Belgium. And everyone, Crozier's like, what? Seriously? Kind of thing? It's like, yes. And right now, Dethschool is going to have, like, the employee evaluation conference, and raffle. And Crozier's like, this is going to be an excellent time to bring forth one of our best infiltrating soldiers ever. Meet Agent 216. And he's, like, literally dressed up as one of the clocketeers with, like, the bag over his head and everything. He's trained in assassination, infiltration, and he's not really ever seen. And the senator's like, well, he's just going to do some reconnaissance, right? Yeah. And Crozier's like, yes. Yes, he will. Yeah. Watch them, of course. In which case, we cut to Dethschool talking to I forget what they call him. Number 421. Yeah. And it's like, how Pickles is like, how do you value what you contribute for to end the workforce? Second part, at which do you most can't the least? Skwisklok, did you write these? Yeah, I did. Well, okay. Just answer the question. And I actually wrote this one down. 421, once again voiced by King Diamond. Mm-hmm. I am a highly skilled microphone cleaner, my masters, and what I most can't the least would be do not a bad job, but always a good. And of course, and everyone's satisfied with this.
Yeah, on his way out,
and then Nathan's like, Nathan goes, okay, one last question, and answer honestly. Are you the one embezzling from us? And of course, 421's like, no. Dead silent as Nathan just has that deadpan stare. And then after like 5 seconds of silence, okay, I believe you. And then as 421's leaving, then you can do the murder face thing.
It's like, one more thing. How's do you have the kid's name written down?
No, I don't. I actually didn't write this down, but he's like asking a whole bunch.
Birthday, huh? She's birthday's almost coming up. You get out of here. Yeah, we love you. And he's just like,
it was like so weird, like bringing up like personal details.
Yeah, it was just
But 421 kind of shrugs it off like, whatever. He's like, just get on out of here. And all of a sudden it's just like, we are really good bosses.
Yeah.
And of course, Skwisklok's like, it's like we runs a plantation where instead of slaves, we have friends.
Yeah, we have friends.
I'm like, Skwisklok, dude, no, my friend, no. Needless to say,
I get to ask all the questions. I want to ask.
Oh yeah, Toki's like wanting to ask the questions. He's like, okay, fine, dude, who cares? Just ask the questions next time. And then in this case, we see outside of Morehouse in like the moat.
Yeah.
We see Agent 216 like sneaking in, and of course he gets like in contact with Crozier, and Crozier's like, "All right, we need you to get in, and when you see Dethschool, I want you to kill them on sight."
Yep.
And of course, gets a gun out and everything. One random clocketeer is just like, "Hey, I need to see your identification." Kills him,
yeah, breaks his neck,
and then
sneaking around.
Yeah, breaks his neck, and then walks into a room hiding, and it just happens to be the room where all the interviews are happening.
Yeah, and then just like right there in front of the whole band.
Toki starting off with, "Hello, would you like to seat?" And then of course, it's like, "How are you doing?" Like,
Toki's very bad at asking the questions.
Skwisklok's like, "We cares about you, little goofballs," and Toki's like, "Dude, I'm supposed to ask the questions." "Okay, fine, dude, go, just ask. And sorry. By the way, you are not having a stroke when I say this, but this is the word for word question that Toki asks. Okay. Am you, what are we, is a Dethschool employee? just me sitting here like, and you wondered why you never got to ask the questions. 216 like really doesn't know how to answer, so he just starts to get ready with the gun. But then they get an announcement that it's time for the motivational speaker and like the raffle, and "Oh, sorry, gotta go." Murderface stands up, breaks the table in half with his codpiece, and of course, it falls on 216 in a way where he can't fire. It's like, "All right, we gotta go." And Murderface is like, "But I have at least one question. Can you have a really good day? Can you do that for me? Thanks, buddy." And then, like, as you see, like, one of the guys, like, literally his head was shot off.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, looks at this guy sleeps in his own blood. And it's just like, yeah, these guys are really lazy. We gotta, like, get on them. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, this conference, there's supposed to be a motivational speaker and everything, and, like, Nathan gets really fucking excited. Like, "I love being motivated! I love being motivated!"
Yeah, as they're, like, walking off, the assassin tries to follow them again, but he slips on the guy's blood and shoots another guy right his head off again.
And see, there's another one that sleeps in their own blood. And then, of course, as we get to, like, the actual stage, we get, like, a motivational speaker who's, like, running everywhere. Are you ready to die the death of opportunities? And like everyone's cheering for him, and which case as he's running up some stairs and stuff like that, like trying to hype everyone up, he gets caught around his microphone cord and like hates himself. in which case the mood kind of dies, but then we get the probably second best character in this entire series, Facebones. I love you, Facebones. And he's like, doing a instructional video on like how you should act. Like, first off, you should just be honest about like how people are. And you see like Skwisklok and Murderface on a water cooler. Yeah. And Skwisklok's like, "Can you, like, I have to work with you, so can you please like tone it down on the cologne?" Murderface, "That hurts my feelings." Looks at the audience. "I understand." You see them in the cafeteria. Nathan's just like, "If you see some garbage on the ground, don't just stand there. Pick it up." Pickles is just like, "Yeah, and make sure you throw away any food, because that attracts ants." And then, of course, Facebones is like, "Now, just remember, death is an everyday occurrence here. So when you see a dead body, don't panic." Toki taking out the garbage with an actual rotting corpse. Well, we just ring your death bell. And it's like that campy like 60s like looks at the camera with a tiny barrel and then it goes gling. Yeah. And then we get straight from the Death album Volume 1, Briefcase Full of Guts.
Yeah, one of my favorites. This is one of my early favorite songs.
Oh, like, this is actually one of your early favorites. You said
Briefcase full of
really good one. No, I know I like it. But yeah, just like they start doing that, and then Charles is like, "All right, it's time for the raffle. All right, come on up, number 216." You know, the agent's number. The agent starts walking up, and you see this really short clocketeer be like, "Hey, dildo, I'm 216," and they both start fighting to get to the top.
Punches them in the dick and starts running, and they start actually wrestling to get up on stage. It's very funny.
Yep. All right. Well, congratulations, 216. You've won. And then before the assassin can even kill the guys, other like actual 216 pulls his leg, and he falls, and he gets impaled by Murderface's codpiece. And Charles is like, "You win." This diamond encrusted codpiece. And Murderface just like kind of sighs and gets his death bell out.
Yeah.
And then of course we cut back to outside the Mort house where there's a Viking funeral about to happen, and like Nathan's like, "Wait a minute, hold on. You mean we clocketeer, like we're Dethschool, but our clocketeers, our little like minions, they get an entire Viking funeral?" "Yes, they do, Nathan." So, did we ever... Yeah, we didn't even find out who the embezzler was. And Charles is like, "Oh, don't worry. I took care of it. I already found out who it was." "Yeah, we should murder that guy." "Well, the embezzler was, you. All of you have been embezzling from yourself." And Nathan's just like, that's bad, isn't it?" "Yes, it is, Nathan. Can't we just, like, blame it on that guy?"
Yeah, the dead guy.
"Yes, we can." Yeah, it points at the dead assassin. "Yes, we can, Nathan. We release you from your earthly duties," and throws the torch on. And as the credits roll, we just get like a silent like burning every the body and everything. We actually see the tribunal looking through his wrist thing, like seeing the fire and everything. And then before we get the end of the episode, we get Murderface yelling, "Hey, dibs on his pension!" Yeah. And that is where the episode ends.
Yeah, very, very funny.
Just holy crap.
And a very far-reachingly important episode. Another one.
Yeah, surprisingly enough. Yeah, because like I said, like earlier in one of the previous episodes, listeners, I said that some things were going to be on the test. Well, this moment is also going to be on the test. Yeah, just wow. Okay, question of the episode, Matt.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked a job where they had like quote unquote town hall meetings or like group meetings on a scale like that, like for the employees and everything?
Yeah, for my current job at my emergency veterinary hospital I work at, yeah, we've had like group meetings and stuff like that for like catching up or like figuring out issues and stuff like that, working with the other nurses and the doctors and everything there.
But did you ever have like a raffle or anything?
Yeah, we've had like employee of the month things or whatever that you can win like prizes and shit. I won like a weird like what's it called, like not the little camera thing for the house outside, like a little like house camera thing.
Like a Nest or something.
I don't know what Nest is, but yeah, like what they call the little doorbell cameras, ring, like kind of like a ring thing I got. And like you get, every like year we get like special mugs and stuff like that for working there for however long, and then the yearly employee evaluation and shit like that, and like or like have you ever been like called in on like actual issues or like problems and stuff, like, hey, there was an issue with blah 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 blah, or like I got in trouble once for wearing Crocs before they were like allowed to wear Crocs. I would just wear them to work like every single day, and then like the policy changed and I wasn't allowed to wear them, and then they changed it back, and I was like, okay, great, I'm glad it was a waste of my fucking time.
Yeah, right. I hate it when they do that. But yeah, for me, Joann's. It's a distribution center, which is pretty much translates to factory air quote job. Yeah. But it's not actually factory job. But anyway, when I first started working there, we had like for like Christmas and stuff, we had like really big like, hey, this is a celebration kind of thing, and we had raffles for like big prizes and stuff. Yeah. And then every single year after that, the prizes would get worse and smaller and worse until it was just gift cards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
even though the corporate side would always get more and more things.
Yeah, that's just how business works. Unfortunately, that's how capitalism works in America.
Yeah, but I like I hate that kind of shit. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but yeah, like I know that all the like the nurses have their own meetings that they do, and like the doctors have their own things where like to work out issues with any of the other parts, and then yeah, it's just but we never had like a group like actual hospital wide meeting because that's not how anything works, and nobody would ever want to show up at the same time to do something like that. But yeah, employee evaluations, like we do have like yearly evaluations for raises and stuff like that, and like just figure out how performance has been.
Matt.
Yeah.
My favorite one of all time, my favorite group meeting happened when I was working at Amazon, okay? They got everyone together to talk about a few things. And one of them was they decided to give every single employee a raise, okay?
Yeah.
And we're all sitting here waiting like, all right, here we go. What's our raise? Let's do this. Let's hear this. And you want to know what our raise was?
What?
They got us all together. It was like, so you all got a raise of 5 cents.
Hell yeah, great.
A fucking nickel.
Yeah.
Everyone booed.
Yeah, that sucks.
Everyone booed. I'm like, I'm just sitting here. I didn't boo out loud, but I'm just like looking at one of the other guys. I'm like, what the hell did you expect?
Yeah, they fucking suck. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so my lovely viewers, I told you that there's a lot of things that are going to be on the test, right? Well, one thing's for sure. This next episode, it's definitely going to be on the test.
Nah, dumb.
Okay, look, I'm trying to find out segues. I'm not as clever as you are with this. Episode 13 of Metalocalypse. Go forth and die.
AKA.
It starts.
Dethschool.
See, I didn't have that one.
Yeah.
It was just called. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But we start off with Dethschool performing the song from their Death album, "Go Forth and Die."
Oh yeah, very prophetic.
Yeah, right. And of course, as they're performing the song, a murder of crows appeared.
I think it was like,
and literally start
specifically. Like later they say
in the lyrics, yes, it is blackbirds. But it's crows.
Yeah, they sound like crows. They're making crow noises and shit. They look like crows. Yeah,
it's a murder of crows. And they start mutilating everyone, everyone except for Nathan. Pickles jumps and impales himself on one of the spikes. One of the technic guys is getting attacked by the birds. Fires a rocket right at Murderface's dick and makes his head explode. Yeah. Needless to say, it's brutal.
Of course.
Cut to a year later, and we find Nathan Explosion is working at a fast food restaurant.
I think it's the same burger place.
In which case, yep, the Demu Burger,
yeah.
which is a play on Demu Borgir or Borgir, however you want to pronounce that. Very good metal band, mind you. But we get a fucking random ass customer at this. Hey, fuckface, give me 4 number 5s. What some of you may not know is that this one asshole customer is voiced by Cannibal Corpse's very own George Corpse Grinder Fisher.
Hell yeah.
aka the lead singer of
Cannibal Corpse?
Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, yeah.
At least at the time. I don't know if he still is or not. Yeah, and of course he's like, hey, he's trying to get his order, and Nathan's like, so
you want a number 5? No, I want 4 number 5.
I want 4 number 5s. And then, the manager, voiced by King Diamond again. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of ones that are voiced by King Diamond. The manager comes in, he's like, hey, he's completely stupid. Ever since his band, all died. And the guy's like, wait, you're Nathan Explosion. You really didn't have anything to fall back on, and they're all making fun of him for being an idiot. And then he wakes up.
Yeah.
And then we get the title card, and all of a sudden we get just the group is just like Charles is like, all right, come on guys, time for a meeting. Murderface, you have been invited to be a contestant on Celebrity Spelling Bee, and it's just like. It's like, wow, what the hell? I mean, okay, cool, whatever. And of course, Murderface is like, yeah, they found out I'm a great speller and everything like that.
He's like, you're a terrible speller.
Yeah, you're a horrible speller. And he's also talking about like, yeah, we also you guys have been invited to give the commencement speech at Harvard to receive honorary degrees. Wait, we get degrees? Cool. I want to be a foot doctor. I want to be able to fly You can't do anything with these degrees. They mean nothing. me sitting here like, oh, really now? And of course, it's like, what's the big deal? It's just well, it's Harvard. It's like, yeah, so what? Yawn, whatever. And then of course Nathan like comes in. He's like, sorry, I'm late. I had one of those can't figure it out dreams, and I think I might be stupid. Hey, how are you stupid? You're a billionaire.
Yeah, you're rich.
And even Charles is like, actually, that's very true. and of course, Murderface is like, quick, what's 3 times 63? Murderface gets punched by Nathan. Ow! Toki laughs. Murderface punches Toki. Wait a minute. What? I gets punched for laughing? Laughing hurts more. And then Nathan's like, I think in order for these nightmares to end, I need to get my GED. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, oh, so, which of course means that the tribunal, who it cuts to, finds this out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Nathan Explosion wants to further his education. This could be devastating. And the general's like, with all due respect, how can this be dangerous? The man never talked until he was 5 years old. Like, the first time he talked was when he was 5 years old, and all he was ever good at was football and frog dissection. And of course, they have a specialist with this from a think tank in Washington D.C. that strictly is Nathan Explosion, Dr. Natasha. Oh, how do you say this? Neshenskyovich. Yeah, I butchered it. Sorry. Look, Brendan Small, I love you. I love the work that you do, but my God, you really just come up with these on the fly, don't you?
Very funny.
Anyway, and she starts like saying, yes, this is actually very dangerous because if Nathan Explosion actually like learns that he's actually not stupid, then everyone else, like all of his fans, can learn that they're not stupid. In which case, they can legitimately, like, Nathan, who has the same, like, the same mental capacity as Joseph Stalin, could literally lead a whole group of people who can actually be smart.
Yeah, it could be devastating. We need the regular jackoffs to remain stupid so you can control them.
Exactly. And then back at the Mordhouse library, Murderface is like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna start with something jazzy like redemption. Spells it incorrectly. And he's like, and then I'm gonna throw them a curveball with confusion. KUN fusion. And Toki's like, dude, that's not how this works. And Murderface is like, I can't you don't get to pick your words. Well, who does? The guy. The guy chooses the word. It's like, oh yeah? Well, I wonder when they're going to give me my secret spelling list. Yeah. It's like, that's not how it works. You just have to spell them on the spot. You don't know what the words are. And, like, even Pickles is like, ooh, shit.
That sounds hard. That's rough. Not hard. That's impossible. But Murderface says.
Yeah, that's impossible. It's like, oh my God, no, I can't do that. And as they're talking about this, Nathan is just like, shoosh. Yeah, all right, so wait, what do you mean? What do you mean 5 minus X? what is X? Oh, honey, it's just algebra.
And the tutor's running one of the Clocketeers masks too.
yeah, it's just someone who's tutoring.
Yeah, it's very funny.
But then it's just like, it's stupid and it's not applicable still. Applicable is it's stupid. Everyone shushes him. Sorry, it's stupid. And then of course you get everyone trying to like all the band members like trying to teach him, sort of. Like Skwisklok and Toki actually give him like, math problems that are like, metal based and like brutal, but they're still math problems. And then Murderface is like, I've always been a good speller. But then we get the Pickles. And by the way, remember how I said that there's a song that they talk about but we never get to hear? this is the part that I'm talking about. This is the
yeah.
song. He's like, yeah, we're doing the drums and stuff. So here. Do you remember Guts Punch Balls Throw Up?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's math. Yeah. That's math. And then we get to on the bus heading to the high school, and of course, Murderface is like, someone's like, okay, spell construction, meaning to construct. Start spelling construction incorrectly. Ooh, I'm sorry. I think it's spelled differently. No. See, I'm gonna fake it. Like, what was the other word he did? The big one that he actually spells correctly. It's like addendum or something like that, or like some weird one, and he spells it right. And Toki's like, no, you have to spell correctly to be a good speller. Oh, so if a man makes a home run but he's fat, that's not a home run. What's the point? No, that is the point. That's spelling. Skwisklok's like, don't worry. It's inevitable. Not everyone could not receive the excellent Scandinavian education like us. Pickles looks at Skwisklok. Yeah. Quick, name something that has nothing to do with guitar. And Skwisklok says, they get to the high school where the testing is, and Nathan's like, dude, I can't concentrate. Oh yeah, you have like test anxiety. Yeah. It's like, I guess I do. I'm really nervous. Nathan, what do you do before when you have anxiety, huh? Yeah, what do you... Pickles holding up an entire bottle of alcohol. Yeah, what does Nathan do before a show when he's got anxiety? Yeah, you get drunk. Yeah, you just get drunk. And Nathan starts drinking. Mm-hmm. He walks into the testing place, and 6 hours like, I'm ready to take the GBD. Just like sits there like completely fucking splatter faced. And then at the commencement thing at Harvard, Murderface is like, oh, don't. It's all really cool because I got to graduate because I threatened my principal. I had a really cool principal I had a really cool principal who let me graduate because I threatened to like stab his eyes out with a knife or something like that. And Charles is like, okay, Nathan, here's the results for your GED. And Nathan's like, oh, you do it. I can't. I'm nervous. It says here that pulls out the results. You got a 0. No questions were answered. Nathan is actually like, damn it. Seriously? Charles is like, how did you not know that you were going to get a 0 by not answering questions? Nathan just, do you think you're better than me? Charles, unfazed by this, mind you, is just like, I took the liberty of writing your speech. So Nathan gets on stage and like starts reading it incorrectly. It's like, you know what? I don't need this. Say, you know what? You think you're all better than me because you're graduating? You guess what? I'm a billionaire, which makes me very better than you. Yeah. And you want to know something? We all have something in common. We're all going to die. Yeah, see, you, like, points at random people like, you're going to die. You're going to die. So here's my message. My message to you. In the background, you see the sky turning blood red as you see the blackbirds appear. Go forth. Go forth and die. As Go Forth and Die starts playing during the credits, you hear a
spelling bee,
a newscaster being like,
the spelling
bee, the spelling bee is going on, and
the word he has is
technically. Yeah, Murderface's first word is technicality, which is ironic because he is technically out of the running because his first letter was P, which is not even a letter on that. And then we get to see how Murderface spelled technicality. Technicality. PISS flips off the camera. Fuck you. And that's where that episode ends.
Hell yeah. A very, very funny episode.
Oh, that one is a great one. And it has one of my favorite ones because like I tell you guys, and because at the end of this little episode that we're doing, I'm gonna give you a homework assignment, Matt. Mm-hmm. But not yet. Give it time. Let it cook. But just the fact that if you listen to some of Dethschool's songs, They actually have a very much deeper meaning.
Of course, yeah. These
Like,
are very relevant. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like
It's actually
lyrics. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
yeah. See, and don't get me wrong, like, it's haha funny, Dethklok, being stupid and everything. But then, like, you actually, like, listen to some of their songs and you're like, oh my god, this is about this. This is about this.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this one right here, like, Go Forth and Die, is literally about how pointless going to college is.
Yeah, going to school and then being after that, how like unhelpful it is. Yeah, it's very, very interesting if you actually listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Matt,
Yeah.
odd question of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been elected to go or have actually gone to a spelling bee?
A spelling bee? Oh God, no! I am an absolutely abysmal speller, and I remember back in like elementary school when we had those like spelling lists or like you had to do like spelling in class and shit. I would always be like absolutely fucking terrified, and I'm like an okay test taker. I much prefer essays to, obviously because I'm a writer, but like I much prefer essays to like multiple choice questions and stuff like that because I always get nervous around it. I don't get like full test anxiety, but spelling is one thing that I fucking absolutely hate, and I that like just filled me with dread in like elementary school, and I've never ever like, as soon as, of course, like we went to a very like affluent school, so we had computers and shit. So like since fourth grade, I've been using fucking spell check my entire life, and I've never regretted it. I hate learning how to spell things, and like even if you read my book, I have tons of like spelling errors in my book, even that I got published. But like I hate spelling. Spelling sucks, and it's one of the things I can never keep track of my brain.
Yeah,
I get caught up on like regular words daily, and I'm like, oh god.
So I actually did get to I got chosen as a backup for a spelling bee in fifth grade. But it didn't go to fruition because, well, the other person actually did make it. So, it was like whatever. And honestly, when it comes to tests, I really am bad at tests as well. Like, learning has been a very difficult thing for me, or at least like the way that classes do it, because I can't just sit there and have someone tell me how to do things. I gotta be able to do the shit myself.
Yeah.
So like when they're all like blah 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 blah, I tune it out, man. I tune it out. And so like testing and stuff, I'm a cram studier. I just like last minute I skim over things and like okay, sure. And then multiple choices are my favorites. But I do also like essay questions because it makes me get verbose and piss them off because I take much longer than I need to. When I write
being able
down.
to fill space on an essay is a fucking very important skill.
But yeah, so but yeah.
And I was gonna say in terms of like higher education, I don't know if it's gonna come out probably before or after this, but in my movie garbage episode on Road Trip, we go very extensively into like college life that me and Ed had. I did go to college and I did get a degree that I absolutely do not use and just cost like thousands of dollars. But I'm just like, I have it. That's a that's a benefit of it, I guess. But
right.
I went into a field that has nothing to do with my degree, but it's just nice to have, I suppose.
Yeah, but fortunately, this next one is not going to be on the test.
Yeah.
But just insert segue here. Episode 14 of Metalocalypse, Bluesklok. We start off with the band not playing anything, and all Nathan does is go.
Yeah, they're at a concert, and just like,
and everyone's like, "Play something, God, just play something." And of course, a newscaster's like,
thrown in the towel? Have they given up?
Yeah, it has it. Yeah, it's like this was the concert that Dethschool did not play. It seems that Dethschool has come down with a case of the blues.
Oh no, the guys just like had they thrown in the towel, and then you use a blues man says,
"Oh yeah," like say, "Oh yeah," and then there's an old man, yeah, yeah. You're right. The guy watching it, he's like looking at it, slack-jawed, like, "Oh no, they got them blues."
Yeah.
Cut to the intro card, and then they're all moping around, not really doing anything, and Murderface is eating ice cream, and just Nathan's just depressed. He's like, wow, look at all these articles, like, that say he's fat and ugly and stuff. And a clocketeer just walks in and goes, my lords, this old man, you see the guy who was watching the TV, he just infiltrated Mordhouse and didn't get caught. What should I do with him? And the man's like, how did you get in here? He's like, I'm a blues man. I got my ways. Well, like, who are you? He's like, my name is Mashed Potato Johnson, and I want to help you.
Yeah.
Cut to the tribunal being like, it seems that Dethschool has a case of celebrity depression. Like they have actually been very depressed right now. Here to talk about this is celebrity depression expert Vincenzo de Alimamala.
Yeah.
Say that. Oh, sorry, Alimamala Corningston the third. Oh. And of course, it's like once a celebrity goes into a spiral depression, many things can happen. They can just they eat a whole lot. They can actually up and kill themselves. But there's one kind of person that can channel this into something even more dreadful.
Yeah, they said they usually seek out shamans and gurus. And
shamans and gurus
because they're seeking out a blues man, Mashed Potato Johnson.
Yep. Yeah, and of course, they know about Mashed Potato Johnson. It's just like, what's wait, so if they go and take this course, you're saying it could be bad? And the mysterious man, whose name we still do not know to this point, is just like, we will allow Dethschool to traverse this path.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we go in the middle of fucking Louisiana. Yeah. And if any of you who are listening are from Louisiana, we're talking countryside Louisiana, where there is literally nothing. It's dry, hot south. It's no trees whatsoever. It is hot as hell because it is in the middle of summer. And even the band is just like, oh, it's too hot. Gotta take my shirt off. Everyone takes their shirt off. Everyone looks kind of normal except for Nathan and Murderface, who are very chunky, and except for Toki, who is fucking jacked.
Yeah.
And of course, Nathan looks at his own body. He's like, my God, I really have let myself go. And Murderface is like, yeah, you have been eating, throwing back a few burgers. You weren't supposed to agree with me, dickbag.
Yeah.
And Mashed Potato Johnson is just like, Pickles, who is a ginger, mind you, he is a redhead.
Yeah.
Does anyone have some, SPF 50 or anything? I'm very Irish American, and Mashed Potato Johnson's like, real men get a sunburn. Now let's get going. Let me tell you about the blues. And every single place he goes to is like, this chicken coop here is where a man buried his wife.
Yeah.
And this is where the blues began. I forget all of the songs that that were written.
This is where the guy,
something train a coming.
Yeah, he wrote the song "Train Coming, Buried My Wife Blues," and over here is where the guy got killed,
just something
eaten by a rabid dog, and then he said the song is called "Being Chased by the Train by a Dog Blues," and it's just like,
and of course Skwisklok points out, he's like all blues songs talks about trains, and Mashed Potato Johnson's like, well, what else is there to sing about?
Train running through Blues City Blues.
Yeah,
one of the songs
and of course,
on here.
Yeah. But then of course after they go through all of these and how dark the blues actually is,
I'll say one of the songs was "My Wife Went on a Funeral Train Blues," and then the other one was "Train Running Through a Blues City Blues."
Yeah, it's some of that stuff. It's some of that kind of stuff. But of course, he's like, all right, now we're gonna train you how to get them blues. Murderface, Nathan, get on over there now. And by the way, every scene tantamount to the very first scene when they first get to Louisiana, literally, Pickles is becoming redder and redder. But yeah, and of course, he's like, all right, now, Nathan, I want you to give Murderface them blues.
We're gonna have a blues
and Nathan's just like, yeah, and Nathan's just like, hey, Dogface, you should go and eat out of a bowl because you're a dog face. And Murderface is, ow, that kind of hurt. But yeah, I guess I really do have a dog face. It's like, all right, now murder face, now you do the exact same thing to Nathan. Hey, your lips are thin.
Yeah, hey, thin lips.
Maybe you should go and
hey,
thin lips.
Close.
Why don't you go make out with Glenn Close?
Yeah,
I guess my lips are actually, thin, and maybe I should make out with Glenn Close. And then we get into next thing we do is we get into a barn where everyone has sunburn. Pickles has really bad sunburn, and Toki just has a tan.
Yeah,
he's just got a nice tan. And Skwisklok and Toki are with Mashed Potato Johnson. It's like, all right, now I'm gonna show you how to play them blues. And so Skwisklok and Toki are offended because they have the grandpa's guitars. Yeah. And Mashed Potato's like, try some of this. Play some actual blues. Toki and Skwisklok just that's close. Try this one. And Mashed Potato Johnson's like, you know what? I think I got exactly what we need. And you see both of the guitarists with cinder blocks tied to their wrists as they're like playing guitar. Yeah. And Toki accidentally smacks himself in the nuts with the cinder block. Yeah. He's like, I think I just got the Trains Hits My Nuts blues. And of course, Mashed Potato Johnson's like, all right, Nathan, you gonna learn how to play this. Is a blues harmonica. I do not have a blues harmonica. Well, that's okay. You can use mine. Now, I want you to lick it. What? Real blues man gotta get a feeling for his harp. Now lick it. He does. Now play me some blues. Nathan looks at the harmonica. Okay, I have played the blues.
Yeah.
What? And then we cut back to Mashed Potato Johnson looking at the crew like, all right, y'all been learning how to play them blues, but now there's one last thing you gotta do. You gotta go and you gotta see the blues devil. You gotta sell your soul for the blues.
Yeah.
So long and short, they have to make a deal with the devil to be good at blues. And you just see they're all waiting at a crossroads where you see the blues devil appear, who is played by, once again, King Diamond.
Of course.
Seriously, I didn't realize that King Diamond did so many cameos. Yeah. Anyway, so he just comes out. He's like, all right, and Pickles is like, yeah, we want to sell our souls for blues and whatever. And the devil's just like, very well, but you must sign these contracts. Oh, really? We need to hold on a second. On page 3, and there's a montage of the entire band going through this entire contract, which, and we're talking expertly, every other episode tandem to this one, they're fucking idiots, and yet they'll read this contract like they do this as their side job, like they're moonlighting accountants, pretty much. And all of a sudden they're like, which means that we are entitled to 7% of your soul, and you receive this $5 Hot Topic gift card. And the Blues Devil is just like, apparently they found a way to make it so that they own 7% of the devil's soul, and he only gets a $5 Hot Topic gift card. Wow. And of course, Blues Devil looks and he's like, I'm gonna sleep on this and contact the notary. Murderface is like, I'm a notary. I'll sleep on it. Take care, guys. Wow. And even Pickles is like, wow, we really suck at this, don't we? Yeah. And then we get to see Mashed Potato Johnson's like, all right, it's time for you guys to perform them blues. And you see this fucking
concert,
Woodstock ass looking happiness and peace concert. And the guy who introduces them, the weird guy wearing the fool's cap, who is voiced by, once again, George Corpse Grinder Fisher of Cannibal Corpse. He's like, yeah, it's Dethschool, they've been having the blues and they're gonna perform for us, and everyone's like, yay! Yeah. And of course, Nathan's you know what? We've been having a really bad depression, and you know something? I'm kind of liking it. And then they perform on the Death Album #1 extended version, Murder Train a Comin'.
Yeah.
And as they're performing this song, like, there's like a storm going on, there's tornadoes, everyone's dying.
Yeah.
And even on like a cliffside, you just see the Blues Devil just sitting there, like, watching all of this unfold. Yeah, pretty much saying, yeah, he accepted the fact that Dethschool now owns 7% of his soul. And then that's how it ends.
Yeah,
it just ends with them performing it and killing everyone at that thing.
Yeah, I think the bit with the Blues is one of my favorite jokes, like running jokes. The whole like the train thing and them training in the South is one of my favorite like gags in the whole series. I really love this episode.
Yeah,
it's definitely my top 5 episodes of the series. I love this one.
Odd question, because I know we're talking about Metalocalypse. Have you actually listened to real blues? Not like R&B blues, but like classic blues.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, growing up, we had to listen to a bunch of that shit in school. And then also I did growing up I liked it, but also the recent Elvis movie from a couple years ago. The first like half of it's just like following a bunch of different blues musicians as like Elvis is getting his influences, and like there's some really really fantastic music in that movie, and in that like blues music is really really beautiful.
Yeah, see, I've been hesitant to watch that movie, but you say it's actually a pretty good one.
It was my favorite movie of that year. Honestly, it was like 2022, I think. That was my favorite movie of the year. Yeah.
Interesting.
I really love it.
And you don't really say that lightly.
No, yeah. I also see like a shit ton of movies more than like anybody else, any of our other friends. I see the most random movies. But yeah,
it gives you a nice like open thing. But yeah, like don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna diss on R&B. Like, there's some good ones. There's some ones that I'm just like, okay, cool, this is R&B. Yeah. But like classic blues, whew, every once in a while I catch myself listening to some of that, and oh yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, I was saying,
classic.
Of course, yeah. Obviously, I am black and do have old black parents, so of course I had to listen to tons of blues and shit really growing up. But I was also gonna say, Ben, have you ever spent time in the South, like the Deep South?
The closest to the quote unquote South that I have been, and I'm talking like it was inner city, like in the city kind of things. If we're talking East Coast, I've been to as far. If you're talking
coast, it's not too south, honestly.
Well, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I've been to like Florida, like Orlando.
Oh,
but like I said, it was only cities and stuff. No, I haven't been like to actual like this, like the old like out there south. Yeah. Because the furthest south, air quote, that I've been is Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay, yeah. Well. Yeah, I can't
you, on the other hand, probably have a different experience.
Of course, yeah. My dad would keep bringing up this episode. He's from Wichita, Kansas. And back when my mom's from New York, so we would either summer usually in Kansas or New York City. And yeah, fucking Wichita, that is a brutal ass fucking summer. It is burning hot. We would be in Mississippi and Kansas the entire time, just living there. And it's like every day is sweltering. It was too hot to move. You couldn't sit on a chair or a couch without sticking to it because it was so goddamn nightmarishly hot and so crazy down there. Yeah, it was just like,
damn.
Yeah, everything's miles away and everything's a long ass drive and everything. It's even driving cross country, like when we go to California and stuff, we would drive through the mountains and everything like that, and just like the huge deserty landscape in the middle of America is so like surreal if you like live in the city like we do for the most part. It's so crazy out down there. But yeah, we would just be like, I would be in the house playing Nintendo, playing like SNES or Nintendo, the original ones, like just all day, not wanting to do jack shit else because I'm too fucking hot to do anything or move.
Yeah,
so when
you're not,
yep, that makes sense.
When you're not used to the heat, you go to the South. Now, if you're unlucky, you'll go to places like Florida or Georgia where it's humid and hot. Yeah. But if you're lucky, you'll go to like New Mexico or something where the heat is dry.
Yeah, I would probably say still humid heat is much more annoying than dry heat.
Oh my god. Okay, we can at least agree on that one.
Because I'm humid right now, but it sucks. But like dry heat is very like it's also like intense if you're not near anything like water and shit.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to cut here to the last episode on this lineup. Episode 15 of Season 1 of Metalocalypse. Religionklok. We start off with the band at a bar.
Hell
just,
yeah.
Murderface getting drunk as hell. Actually, all of them getting drunk
they're
as
all
hell.
freaking lit.
And the bartender's like, hey guys, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning.
And they throw bottles at him.
I stayed 8 hours open for you guys. And yeah, of course, they throw bottles at him. And Nathan is driving the murder cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in the opening credits, the giant 5-seater motorcycle that is called the murder cycle. Yeah, it takes up the entire street. He's riding the wrong way, just drunk. And of course, just Murderface is like, yeah, look at what I can do. He stands up as an idiot, and then they hit a bump, and they hit a signpost, and he flies off. And his entire face just right on the pavement, just scuffles, and he's like, it stays for a long time.
His face and chin are just completely completely rubbed off.
Yeah, just completely burnt off. And then as he's lying there hurt, a car just runs over his legs randomly.
Yeah.
Cut to the opening credits.
That was so funny.
And then of course, the band brings Murderface a whole bunch of gifts, and Nathan's like, I didn't know what to get you, so here.
I'm so sorry.
Have a bass guitar. And so everyone got him a bass guitar pretty much. And Skwisklok returns the Civil War DVD to Murderface. And of course, Nathan, like Matt said, Nathan's just like, I'm sorry. It should be me almost not dying there and getting gifts.
Yeah.
And Murderface is like, you know what? I've realized something. Almost dying kind of opened my eyes. I think I want to start looking for religion. And then the tribunal's just like, gentlemen, it seems that Murderface wants to become religious.
Yeah.
And they talk
about the danger of celebrities finding religion, and they show a big picture of Tom Cruise.
Right. And yeah, and of course, as all this is happening, as they're concerned, and as Murderface is weakened, Crozier is this is the perfect time to go and attack them. We finally get a name drop for this man. He looks at the man who's been all creepy and sinister, Mr. Salacia.
Yeah.
Give me the order and I will attack. And Salatia's just you need to calm down. He's pretty much you need to calm down. And Crozier's but sir. And Salatius is that's enough, General. I will not be. Oh fuck! I had the word. I will not be tried by you. And you see Crozier looking over to the side, and you see Ravencross, Cardinal Ravenwood, just look over as well. And of course you see at Burzum's, which is one of the other, the Cardinal and Crozier are meeting up, and it's what kind of information do you have on him? I honestly have got nothing. All I got is this one photograph, and it's a really old photograph of Mr. Salacia. Yeah. It's but everything else is murky. There's no information at all about him. And the Cardinal's in my dreams, I see him speaking in an ancient language that I cannot understand. I think he's saying that I'm going to die soon. And Crozier's do we have the church's backup if we want to move in and kill Dethschool? And Ravenwood's yes, you do.
Mm-hmm. And we got to Murderface.
That's gonna be on the test, kids.
Yeah. We have Murderface meditating, religion.
And just Skwisklok's just okay, seriously, why are we doing this? There is no such thing as a religion. And Nathan's yes, actually there is. Oh yeah, shows me a proof that religion exists. Nathan looks and goes, well, there's a Bible right there. And you look and you see a Bible, and of course Skwisklok is I guess I need to rethink my life. And of course Murderface is like, I really need to, like, find this out for myself, and I want you guys to help me with it. And even Nathan is like, yeah, we should help him out with this. So first they go to a Christian rock show.
Yeah.
And Murderface, we're talking like, this is like, for all of you who have actually been to a Christian rock concert, which I have, mind you, it gets crazy sometimes, and we're talking like on the levels of televangelists kind of level, and this is one of those ones.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just like, hey, this is not like horrible, and Toki's like, I'm gonna try this Christian mosh pit out.
Just, like,
the fucking lead singer goes leaps off to do a body surfing thing, gets impaled, and everyone's like, ugh. And Murderface is like, that wasn't bad at all. Then they go to the next church, which is the Church of Atheism, which, atheists who don't really believe in God.
Yeah.
And you see like the priest is up there. Oh God, who we do not believe in.
Yeah.
We don't ask for your divine promise, which does not exist. All of a sudden, a brick goes through the stained glass window, and they're like, "Oh God, it's the agnostics! Get them!"
Yeah.
They've been picked, and it's like, wait a minute, and of course they're like, "Wait, what's an agnostic?" Yeah, agnostics say that there might be a God, but they just don't know.
Yeah.
So the atheists attack the picketing agnostics.
Yeah, they're just like fighting.
And of course,
right. I think I've seen enough.
And of course, yeah, Murderface is just like, I need a sign. I need to know what I need to do. And he starts acting really weird.
Yeah.
And the band almost kick him out, but Nathan's like, no, guys, look, I almost killed him.
Yeah, Toki's
so
like,
we need to do this for him.
He's being weird, and then they're like, no, we did this to him. And then it's because like,
yeah.
hey, why don't we
and then,
of course, kills him?
It kills him. And then of course, Murderface receives a call. And then we get a newspaper article talking about how Murderface has gotten recruited by the Church of Satan.
Yep.
And of course, and we find out that it's just like a guy who's like just members of the church. And he's like going through some mundane bullshit every once in a while, saying "Hail Satan" in there. And then of course, there's a part where he's like, pray to Satan and ask him to smite your enemies. And Toki's like, I really hate that Rachel Ray on the Food Network. Can't you make her eyes fall out, tits fall off? Then it's just like, and it shall be done.
Really?
Seriously?
Wow-wee.
Yes. Wow. And then they try to summon the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and and then Murderface just stands up in the middle of this like, hey, excuse me, does anyone know a good bar around here? Really? No one? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. It's all the same, isn't it? Every religion is all the same.
Boring
and he
crap.
gets his pissed off. Yeah, it's the same boring crap. And Metalocalypse, Dethschool just leaves, and they go back to that same bar that they started out. And as this is all happening, the Church of Satan actually does summon demons. And of course, you see Ravenwood, that's like at the altar of his church, like no, freaking out, and then that's where the episode ends.
That's the end of the episode and this batch of episodes. Yeah, it was a very funny, very goofy ass episode.
So Matt, question of the day.
Yep.
This is gonna be a weirdly personal one.
Oh, well, really? Okay.
Have you ever considered or have actually tried soul searching for a religion to follow?
I will say that very honestly, I have been completely atheist since I would say about 5th or 6th grade. Growing up, I was
straight up atheist.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Greek mythology and the Hercules TV show and stuff like that growing up. And then like, yeah, my parents, like, my mom was a now non-practicing Muslim, and my dad was a obviously Southern Baptist. Neither of them practice. Growing up, they like, you know, tried to take us, me and my sister, to church and stuff like that. It was boring. I didn't care. And then eventually around that time, I put two and two together. Like, oh, that shit's about as real as fucking Greek gods and stuff that happened in the Hercules show with the Hydra and Zeus and stuff. It's all dumb and fake. So I'm not going to waste my time with this. And growing up with like one of my best friends, Ed, obviously he's been very religious and he still is to this day. Not very religious, but I think he is religious still. And like we would be still amicable about it, but I would still be like, yeah, no, that's all, you know, fake and dumb and obviously, you know, whatever. I'm not going to bother with it, but we can still be friends about it, you know. And just like,
well, right, because you have your beliefs, he has his beliefs, and you're just like okay with it.
Yeah, we just don't talk about it. We can be completely good friends about everything else in our lives. But yeah, you know, real talk, of course. Yeah, it's all fake and dumb, and like, you know, I don't get it. What about you? Personal question to you.
Honestly, like I can understand why you believe that, because honestly, going through, forgive me for all of you Christians out there. I do apologize, but this is actually like what my opinion on the bad kind of Christian kind of people are. Not there are very good ones, but like when I came to the conclusion that a lot of this like organized religion kind of thing is pretty much just trying to control the masses and stuff like that, I kind of like fell short of it, but as of right now, I did a little bit of soul searching myself, and I'm not like I guess I'm still pseudo agnostic, but I am very spiritual.
Yeah. As you know, I'm a very like research person. I love mythology. I love stories and stuff like that. So I have personally investigated all the things. Like my parents have a Quran. I've leafed through that. I've read the Buddhist thing on Siddhartha Gautama, the original Buddha, and like all that kind of stuff. Growing up in a very Jewish neighborhood, I went to plenty of like what was it called growing up? Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, following their religion and talking to the people who follow that religion. So I've seen a lot of the different aspects of it and just the contradictory nature of religion in itself. I'm just like, yeah, this I don't think so. And all the other, and also the very like myopic things on like Christianity, like how shortly it's been around, as opposed to things like ancient Egyptian religion or ancient Greek or ancient Roman after them, who just copied their stuff, or just like the basic research of how many like current day religious practices are just based off of other things that they did to survive so they wouldn't be killed back in the ancient times. It's just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, not worth your time. It shouldn't be worth, personally,
right,
I think it shouldn't be worth anyone's time.
And
but yeah,
to all of you who actually like do like practice and are like religious, and I'm not making fun. I'm not gonna say you're wrong for doing it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I just came up with my own. I just came up with my own like kind of thing. So I don't necessarily like go out of my way for the whole Christian thing, but if you come up to me and say, yeah, you know, let's say the Lord's Prayer, I'm not going to say no. You have your beliefs, I have mine. Like, see, Matt is atheist, completely 100% atheist, and I'm spiritual. And guess what? That's cool. That's fine. He's allowed. I may not agree with him, but guess what? That's not going to hinder anything.
Yeah, soul searching is important. It's an important thing to do. You should look into other beliefs and just learn as much as you can before forming any opinion. That's just like how, like, I will never just like assume what everyone else assumes about any kind of subject matter. It's something that used to be like basic as like a TV show or music or whatever, until like actually experiencing it and researching it myself, and then getting my own opinion on things like that. So yeah, it's very important to learn and search for what's important to you.
Absolutely. So yeah, but that is that was the last episode of this current run. Really good 5 episodes, really fun ones.
Some of my favorite bits, like I said, the blues episode, the go forth and die, like they're some of the greatest stuff in this series. And
it's just ridiculousness. And you know, in Religionklok yeah, Religionklok, we actually get more like in depth. Like, you know, oh, who's the mysterious man? We get a name finally.
Yeah, more plots for
15 episodes in, and we finally get a name drop for that guy. But you know, now Matt.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to give you a homework assignment.
Oh boy.
Yep. You're gonna have to wait until like obviously. So what I want you to do before we do the next Metalocalypse episode, I want you to go on like Spotify or go on whatever music streaming site you go on to. All right, and I want you to listen to the Death album Volume 1. The extended one. You'll find out because it looks like the Death album only it's red.
But I'm pretty sure I have the one with all the ones and bonus tracks on it.
Yeah, see, I have the OG one, so I don't have the one with the bonus tracks. But thank goodness for Spotify.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Like,
and I want you to actually start listening to some of this because towards the end of this whole thing, I might have a question that involves this.
Yeah, I was gonna say the album I have has Mermaider, Go Into the Water, Awaken, Blood Recuted, Go Forth and Die, Fan Song, Better Metal Snake.
Okay. But is
then
there
bonus
a second
tracks.
disc?
There's bonus track. There's 19 tracks. 3 of them are bonus tracks with Blood Ocean, Murder Train of Common, and Hatred.
Yep, that's the extended one.
Yeah. I have this in 2007 it came out. Yeah, I have this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool, I listened to it earlier to remember myself of the songs before we started recording, like Go Forth and Die and Murder Train of Common.
Right. Yeah. So, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I'll listen to the album
like
again.
I said, because
I do it every episode.
Good. but I want you to actually listen to all of them because there might be a like towards the end of season 1, there might be a question I might ask you about that.
Oh boy.
So now, shameless plugs.
Mm-hmm.
I have one shameless plug.
Hell yeah.
Everyone, you can find me on Matthew Lewis podcast, Action Toon Brothers.
Yeah.
I am the host and co-host, depending on co-host. Actually, you could say I'm a cohort as well. Of Action Toon Brothers. Sometimes I host, sometimes I don't. It depends on who is the host. And yes, my fellow listeners who have been here for a while, yes, that is my funny little way of saying, you know what? No, I don't have any.
Hey, that's still a plug. And also your appearances on Movie Garbage, the couple episodes, one of our most popular episodes.
Yeah, I have like what 2 or 3 appearances.
Yeah,
we need to do more.
Or at least
of those,
3.
Yeah. Yeah. However, I know Matthew Lewis himself has many plugs, so if you would please insert them here.
Of course, listen to Movie Garbage old episodes, review them. It's appreciate the listener numbers going up. Obviously, Movie Garbage. This Action Toon Bros or Movie Garbage first? I can't remember. Movie Garbage and Action Toon Bros. Go listen to the old episodes. Listen to my audio podcast of The Forgotten Minotaur King. Go buy the book. Go listen to the book. Of course, freaking. I'm not on Twitter anymore. The account is still up for advertising purposes, but I don't use it. I don't post on Instagram too much, but those are both Matthew Lewis podcasts. Matthew Lewis podcasts on Reddit, Matthew Lewis podcasts on YouTube, obviously. Matthew Lewis podcast. Hopefully, I keep saying it, but hopefully I'll put the RSS feed up soon, so we'll actually be able to just listen to it on regular apps and not have to open YouTube for it. Patreon, of course, is still up. Matthew Lewis Podcast on Patreon. Send us emails at Matthew Lewis Podcast with no S that time. Check out my Twitch stream, Matthew Lewis Podcast. I'm thinking about doing some fighting game stuff soon, hopefully. I have so much, I've never used it, but I'm checking in on our friend Ed. I'm just like, yeah, I should probably just fucking start Twitch streaming again. Why not? What's the harm? But yeah, those are my pluggies.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, next time you hear from us, it should be, because for those of you who have been following us, next time should be Young Justice, I believe, right?
Yeah, the next arc of Young Justice is coming up soon. One of my favorites, because it's goes into some characters that we really, really love. So look forward to that soon.
But yeah, so from all of us here at Action Toon Bros and all of us here at Matthew Lewis Podcast, from us to you, we'll sign off by saying our usual, keep it sleazy.